Hey guys, Wayne from Blackwell Sports Cars here. You may or may not know who I am. I'm the one behind the SPR1, which is the Mazda MX-5 based kit car that we produced a few years ago, which seems to be selling well now, keeping people entertained. But we're on to our new one, which is the SPR2. Been getting messages and things from people saying they'd like to see it now. We have just released a little bit of a sort of a rundown on us and what we do by the Kit Car magazine again, which sort of gives you an insight into everything with us. But here we are. This is the new car that we're doing. You can probably see it in the background. This is a Mark III MR2 Roadster, obviously convertible. A lot of people like the top-down fun, especially kit cars when the summer's round, things like that. So, but we'll give you a little look around it anyway. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar, but for those who aren't, this will give you an idea of what it's like. So there we have your Mark III MR2 Roads. I'm just going to adjust the camera a bit. I'll just give you a little walk around, like I say, for those that are aware of it and those that aren't, just give you an idea of how a standard car looks. Quite a pretty car anyway, but the reason we chose this is they're still a good car. They don't really rot. There's lots of engine options for them, and they are like a giant Meccano kit. All the body panels completely unbolt off the vehicle, making it easy to bolt new stuff on without actually having to modify too much. So we'll have a little look inside, give you an idea of what the inside looks like, because we have made some alterations for our car as well. If you can see it, hopefully it'll show you a little bit of what the actual dashboard looks like inside. So but now we'll go inside the garage and we'll show you what you've actually been asking for. So we're just going to wander in here now. So the first thing you'll see is obviously the back of the car, my workshop, a little bit tidy for once, but here we go. SPR2, that is the exact same car as what we've just shown you, just with our new design body kit. Now this vehicle is a buck. What that means is it's made out of filler, fiberglass, plastic, you name it, it's in there. If it makes the shape, then that's what we use. So there's obviously a lot of finishing work to be done on this vehicle as well, but being that the Complete Kit Car magazine has kindly done an article on us just advising what we're doing next, we thought what better opportunity now to actually get it online and show you what it actually looks like. So Alpha 156 rear lights for all those that did get it right when they were messaging us on our Facebook and Instagram channels, which, like I say, you can follow. We'll just take you for a little tour. As we walk around here, the high point you see there is going to be for the exhaust. We're going to have an exhaust tip custom made that comes out the top there, something a little bit different. The deck lid will have Perspex vents in there as well. We'll probably enlarge those holes slightly just to open it up a little bit. We've got a diffuser down the bottom here, which we've got a little bit more work to do, but that was actually a shortened Mustang diffuser that I modified to fit in the vehicle how I wanted it to look. A lot of shaping work to be done around the back, but because we're still waiting to sort the arches out, I couldn't really do a lot on those corners before we done these videos. So but we'll have a little walk over here as well. Now the deck lid will be vented. It will be vented along the top and through the front, so it'll obviously allow cooling for the engine bay. Little view from the side there. Running 19s on this. We will have to run coilovers on it. You'll have a choice. You can either run wheel spacers, but we are in discussions with a few people to do extended arms and things for the back and certainly for the front to avoid any catching in the arches. There's still plenty of ground clearance on this, even though the vehicle has been lowered sort of substantially. So again, going back to the vents, one thing I forgot to mention was down the side of the lights you've got these vents here as well. They will be open, so obviously mesh them so you can let a bit more airflow into it. Moving along to the side here, we've got the side scoops. We've yet to put the fuel filler cap back in the side there. That'll be done once we're happy with the shape of the side, but we're going to do it so you can incorporate using all the original Toyota mechanism. They spent millions doing something, why change it? It works perfectly well for what we want. Again, with the door handles, we've done it so that you can actually gain access underneath here from the door handle. It will mean that you've got to run your central lock in, maybe put an additional entry into the vehicle somewhere, like a hidden button or something like that, a lever of some sort, just so you can gain access. Being that the battery's in the back, it'll be easy access to get under there just in case you've got failure of electrics or something. But again, with the vents, we will have like a scoop going over the top of them, which a lot of supercars tend to have, and then obviously the inside will be cut out and meshed. The doors, we're not fully sure what we're doing with the doors yet. They're either going to be a door skin, which will just bond on over the top, or there'll be a complete door, which will obviously make it a lot easier in the way that this kit is a complete bolt-on kit anyway. So as it stands, the way we've actually built this vehicle, all of these panels can actually be fully removed. Apart from the door skins, we've actually built them physically on top of the door, but the rest of it has obviously been built from scratch, so we can actually unbolt it from the car should we want to. Coming over to the wing vents here, as you can see, similar sort of design to the SPR1. They're going to be vented all the way down. They'll be open 3/4 of the way up, completely open at the top, but obviously the bottom, you don't want stone chips and things coming down, but you still want air to flow down the side of the car. So obviously a dummy vent in the bottom, which will obviously stop that. Now obviously the arch gaps at the moment, they do look pretty big, we have to say, but that is going to be changing, because obviously what we're doing with that, we have actually made a flat edge. I can quickly sort of show you the mould, which is this piece here. That's obviously in the making, and you've got some headlamp lenses there as well. But what we do is once we've got that flange made, the arches will have a flat edge on them, a bit like all the modern cars and things. That will close that arch gap up another 20mm all the way round. So obviously then it will give it a lower appearance, and obviously make the wheels look even more snug in the arches. Now we do run 19s on this. Again, it's your choice. You're buying the kit, so it's whatever you want to run. 17s, 18s, 19s. I think 19s personally look the best on it, but you might want to run 18s with a bit more tyre, maybe a bit more comfortable ride. So, but anyway, we come around the front a bit here. So as you can see, all the wings and everything just starting to take shape. We've got a nice bulky look to the front of the car there. We incorporate the Lotus scoop into the bonnet. We're going to do a custom diffuser under the front here as well. The headlamps, unlike the SPR1, the SPR2 will have individual headlamps with a perspex lens cover over and a daytime running light in. So they'll look more like a complete headlamp, so more of a modern sort of touch to it there. Going to the vents on the bonnet, we've got some flippers that we've designed which will sort of come across here either side. Again, they'll be meshed behind anyway to stop anything falling in there, but it just close up the holes a bit. Now there's a lot of shape work to do on the bonnet there, and a few more lines to put in, and the edges and things like that. Obviously the badges as well, we do a recess badge, that sort of thing. So let's just come around the side a little bit here, just give you a view of the actual car from the side here. So then we'll give you an idea of what it looks like under the bonnet. So we're just going to lift this up, so we might go a little bit funny for a minute here. So as you can see, the inside of the bonnet, we've started shaping all of that as well. So there's a lot of filler work to go on there just to get it all smooth, ready to take a mould. But going down to the bottom here, you can see that all the flanges, the whole front end will just literally bolt into place. Now we've used the original wing tops just to get the bolt points right. You won't need to do that on the kit itself, because that will be incorporated as part of the flange of the kit itself. The crash bar still remains in the front there. Excuse me. What we've done with the crash bar is we've turned it upside down and moved it down a bolt hole, so it still retains in place, but then we relocate the lock into the hole that you can see, which means that it'll be all bolt on and just operate as normal, original hinges, everything like that. Power steering pump, you can see, is just sitting there at the moment. We do need to make a bracket for that, and that needs to be reversed around next to the master cylinder, but again, that bracket will be provided with the kit. It is just a case of unbolt it and rotate it. So again, not rocket science, nice and easy to do, so make it easier. So let's just go down the side here, have a little look. So you can obviously see how wide the vehicle is. It's come out quite a lot more than a standard MR2. I think you'll agree it does look like quite a supercar here. You can probably see in the background as well, there is a hardtop there. Now that is sort of in the making at the moment. What we're going to do is we're going to get the full convertible version finished, and then we are going to offer a hardtop to go with it as an additional item. Now we haven't fully decided whether that hardtop will be an item that you lose the boot lid, so you can just look through the window and have to lift up tailgate, or whether it's just going to be like a standard MR2 roof where it just literally just drops on and drops in place, either with a rear screen or sort of a like a flying buttress back on it. We're not too sure on that one yet. yet to be decided, but either way it'll be just a drop on item, no complications or anything anyway. So again, going back to the beginning of the video, you might have seen that we did a that showed you the MR2 dashboard. Well, here's my design, Audi TT vents. We're going to do a custom design centre console as well as custom door cards as well. Probably change the steering wheel, do a few bits like that, but just generally take it away from looking like a standard MR2. You can see in the door shuts again, the rear quarter flanges we've incorporated. That'll make it easier. Again, they won't be something that you need to do. That will be part of the fiberglass kit, so it'll just bolt in place. And the same with all the flanges that just drop in. Once they're finished, they will just be a bolting item as well. So, but we'll just go up the back as well. Oh, I need to open the door, so we'll open that up. We'll let you have a look inside the engine bay. Like I say, we'll have Perspex covers on here showing our nice engine. Now, as you'll see, it's not exactly your standard MR2 underneath here. This is a Ford Mondeo ST200 V6, so we've got a good couple of 100 brake horsepower there, thanks to a good friend of mine, Mark Richardson at Rico Conversion and Engineering. Great guy, great at engine conversions, as you can see, doing something he really enjoys. But yeah, that all runs on a standard ECU and everything. We have got videos on our YouTube, so again, look up Blackwell Sports Cars, same on Instagram. There's a few more pictures of the conversion that he did for us there as well, so like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing here. Again, flanges inside, bumper flanges and everything, we incorporated them into the back so that when we take a mould, all of those flanges will be part of the kit, so it'll bolt in nice and easily. Same with the tailgate. Obviously it's got some big flanges on it at the moment, they will not be there. It'll be a trimmed down tailgate. This is literally a butt car, remember, so obviously everything's going to look a little bit more bulky and a little bit out of place. But there we go, that is the SPR2. We'll just give you another quick walk around of it, so so you can obviously just see what you think. Like I say, obviously we have got an Instagram and a YouTube channel, and we are on Facebook, which is all under Blackwell Sports Cars. If you like what you see, then obviously subscribe to us. Obviously the more subscribers we get, etc., the more we'll put on here, so to keep you all entertained. So but here we go, I'm going to shut up for a minute and I'll just give you a little walk round, and like I say, enjoy the SPR2. See if we can get a high level shot, shall we?